All right. So here is what I wanted to point out on in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's commonly called UPA, spelled U-P-A, or I guess across the board, whether it's Japanese or Brazilian, it would be a mount reversal. So, a couple of different ways I show this, because that's how it was showed to me. A couple of elements that we have got to ensure that there's clarity. Okay, this foot, if I'm gonna do this UPA this way, okay, this foot right here, when the person is on top of me in mount, all right, they're on top of me like this, all right. My legs are between here. My hips are between their knees, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this leg up, and I'm going to put this foot on this side of, say, their calf and ankle area, okay? So what it's going to look like is, say, my hand is their foot. So it's right here. All right, it's like this. They're going to be like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trap that foot, all right? If this is their foot, it's going to be right here like that. This is going to trap. It's going to trap their foot. Their foot can't go that way because my hip's in the way, okay? And it can't go that way now because my leg is in the way. They're going to have to kick hard and stretch that out, okay? So it's trapped. It's not simply me taking my feet, putting them up right here. I know some people teach that, and they just bridge their hips up, and they make the roll happen, okay? To someone who's got some level of athleticism or skill, they've been taught and practiced, this is not going to work if you don't trap that foot, because now, as a result of not trapping that foot right here, they can just post out. They can just post out. But when it's trapped and you bridge, then it collapses because you blocked their post. You've taken their post away. It can't go anywhere. So, a couple of different ways I've shown. This right here is always the same. That'll never change. If you've got to reach down there and grab that foot, you're here, they're on top of you, and you've got to come over there and grab that foot and get your hand back in here. That's fine. Get that trapped. Okay? A couple of different ways I've taught this. Being shown a couple of different ways. Many ways, but I don't think that there are any two better ways. You always want to pull the head down. And since you're blocking out this side of their body, you can't grab their head here and then grab this arm. That's pointless to grab this arm. Why is it pointless to grab this arm? Because now they've got this arm free. Just because their head here is pulled down, and so say this leg is trapped, if I'm holding this arm can still post. It can still post out. I've got to block out every post on this side. This has to be blocked, and this has to be blocked. So I've trapped that post. Now I'm going to try. If they've got a gi on, I can grab that arm, grab the gi, push it into my crotch. Okay, grab their head here, and then as I'm bridging, look, I'm bridging up, right? So they're already off balance now. This post is trapped, and so is this post, okay? Pulling their posture down, pulling their head down, whether it's from the gi, whether it's snaking up inside the gi, pulling them down, or just grabbing around the back of their head with monkey grip. Either's fine. But if you'll notice, my eyes and my head, if you'll notice, it's just, I can do this all day long, okay? I'm not trying to turn my body right now. I'm not trying to turn it. What's happening is I'm turning my head and I'm turning my eyes and I'm looking this way. And as a result of doing this, where my head goes, my body follows. So what's happening, just from turning my head, I bridged up, and now I'm turning my head and my eyes. And as a result, what has happened is my body has followed. It has just gone that direction. Okay? Some people don't like to use this because this particular technique here, because their arm, they feel trapped. And once they get over, it possibly sets them up for a triangle. I say that whenever they make that turn, stay in there, Jacoby. Whenever they make this turn, as they're getting over, the elbow's kind of on the inside of the crotch. So I say if a person's good and they practice long enough, they can start to pass the guard altogether. I'm not saying that a person is wrong to say that it sets them up, makes it easier or more susceptible to a triangle. For someone who's skilled, they're going to get it. So the only other option to that, which is at the top of what I consider to be the best technique, would be always trap that leg. We're trapping that ankle. The opposite arm is going to reach across to grab this arm on this side. This is the leg I'm trapping over here, their leg on this side, their arm on this side. I need all posts blocked out. So I really want that elbow. I really want that elbow in there. Some people just grab their arm at the forearm or the wrist. That's fine too, especially if you got both arms, you can hug them tight. This hand is still going to grab their head, monkey grip, or it's going to grab their gi and then start the roll. Okay? What's happened now is you're in this triangle. Here's a triangle here, both my feet. There's a triangle, and here's a triangle. Okay? I've made that turn. Everything's in a tight triangle. It's like a diamond. There's a triangle on top and a triangle on the bottom now. So there's a real tight triangle. This right here, especially at kind of a beginner stage or someone who's not familiar, this is probably the best because you can still pass guard by pushing down on the hip and then start working your way into the side control position. Again, they're on top of me in full mount. Trap that leg, reach over, grab this arm, suck it in, grab their head, bridge up, start looking, and you'll roll right over.